Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte says he won't allow students to go back to school until a coronavirus vaccine is available. There haven't been any classes for more than 25 million primary and secondary students since March. They had been due to return to school at the end of August. But Mr. Duterte says the risk is too great.
Hi, I'm Doc Almond, a curriculum and e-learning specialist. Welcome to the channel that helps you learn fast and teach smart. COVID-19 introduced us to a new normal. The education sector had to quickly change. In this critical time, we need to work together. In the last few weeks, I sought the advice of Filipino teachers abroad, Cerise Suva and Henny Fabre of Auckland, New Zealand, Love Latosa of Indonesia, Romel Agno of Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, Michelle Hermoso of Saraburi, Thailand, Davis Apas of Notonburi, Thailand, and Grace Salibe of New York, USA. They shared their experiences of teaching through the pandemic and offered practical tips we can all learn from. Our team edited interview clips to create videos on various topics about remote learning around the world. You may watch this video independently or along with other related videos from the interviews. In this video, Filipino teachers abroad recount the dramatic changes that happened when schools were locked down during the pandemic. Find out how teachers and students in New Zealand, Indonesia, Saudi Arabia, Thailand, and the US adjusted to remote learning. Do you think they were ready? What can we learn from them? Stick around to find out the answers to these and other questions.
When the government announced that we had to go on lockdown, the first lockdown, we were just given 2 days to prepare for that. It wasn't that hard at first because the students and the teachers are already familiar with the tool. So we just told the students, all right, you just check Google Classroom every day at home and we will be uploading the work that you need to do there. But then after that, issues came. The teachers, they find, and of course the students, they find themselves in a different environment. It's now the home environment, and it's very different. There are issues such as the readiness of the students to learn in a different environment, if they're mature enough or independent enough to do that. Plus, I'm talking about my own experience and the school I teach at. The home dynamics is a big factor in this. Big families with a lot of siblings, probably just sharing one device between 5, 6, 7 siblings, or maybe the older siblings, and those are my students, the high school students. Probably they need to look after younger siblings. I couldn't get 100% attendance when I want to teach in Zoom. We cannot do the synchronized teaching and learning strategy. 90 to 100% of the time, it's asynchronous learning. Students would have to do it on their own time, whenever they have the time, whenever have the device available. So I also need to adjust and adapt and to learn new apps. Instead of me calling for a Zoom class, I would have to video myself teaching, and it's something that I still need to learn.
What I personally experienced as a student during my time, I've gone through all lecture type of learning, but this time around with the 21st century way of learning, it's so different. You have to try it out in so varied ways. You have to think outside the box, so much so that you have to imagine your classroom as not the traditional classroom that you used to have. And that is actually a big challenge because not even the students too, the families, the community, the society is ready for that. It's just because of the advancement in technology in general, and because New Zealand is so proactive in trying it out. So somehow There is a big push on the part of the government to empower the teachers. Because of that, and because also of my nature as being inquisitive and trying things out with or without formal education, actually I have learned a lot from just searching online, Googling. So what is the most effective ways of teaching, the new ways of teaching? The generation is changing too, and we have to adapt one way or another. And that's why this is both exciting and scary. On my part, I get excited because I learn a lot of things from what I've learned before. It's totally different now. But at the same time, it's scary because this is out of my comfort zone.
At the beginning, sometime in March, we went into lockdown for just the longest 7.5 weeks. That's the first lockdown, and that's the very first time we went into remote learning. And then after that, when we had 0 cases for a number of days, we went back face to face, and we were back for a long time, probably 3 months face to face, and we thought we're already back to normal. And then 4 cases came up, and then we're back to lockdown again. But we're going back to school probably in a week's time.
And your cases are down again.
Not really down, but more managed.
More managed, and it's only in Auckland. The rest of the country, they are back to face, so it's only Auckland in online learning.
Last school year, nung nag-lockdown kami, kasi heads up lang, ang calendar dito is from July to June, 1 year. Kasi naka-semester. Last school year, nung nagbaba ang government ng lockdown, so medyo nangapa talaga kami kasi barrier kasi talaga namin is language. So ang hirap mag-introduce sa magulang ng bagong platforms.
Yung first week, nung pumutok yung pandemic, masyadong naguluhan din po kami. So, mahirap pag-una. But as days are passing, naging clear sa amin and naging standardized kasi nakikita namin kung alin mas maganda or alin yung pwedeng i-improve at pwedeng alisin doon sa sistema.
Actually, it's the first time for our school to do this successfully. We made it through. And to think that we are teaching young kids, like I did it last school year. It was just 2 months. So I was teaching K1, that's 3 to 4 years old. So at first, we were doubting if we're gonna make it through, but successfully we made it.
When the government here in Thailand first announced that they were planning to close schools, we were kind of worried. Our leadership were kind of worried, and because this is the first time for schools to be closed for an extended period of time. We didn't really know what we would be doing or what we would plan. But then we're quite lucky at the school that we have some sort of structure already with our educational technology. We have a team that can help us plan.
We closed on March 13th. Thankfully, I teach in a Catholic school. So the switch to virtual was not hard for us. So as soon as Monday rolled in, all of us went virtual. So we were asked to teach at least an hour live, and then the rest they had to do on their own offline. That's how we did it from March till the end of the school year in June. Public school did not have an easy time. It was, I think, June already when they actually got technology or devices to their kids.
As you heard in our interviews, the shift from face-to-face to remote learning was not easy even in developed countries. Teachers around the world needed to learn fast so they could teach smart. Please stay tuned to this channel for more tips from Filipino teachers abroad. I'd like to thank Teacher Therese, Doc Henny, Teacher Love, Teacher Rommel, Teacher Michelle, Sir Davis, and of course Teacher Grace for allowing me to interview them and sharing their stories with us. I'm Doc Almond of our eLearning Strategy PH, reminding you to learn fast and teach smart. Until next time. Thanks for watching this episode. This is Doc Almond of our eLearning Strategy PH, where we learn fast and teach smart.